Okay, so once you've got the ganache made and you've been using it, you've got the storage situation to deal with. Now, on an ideal world, because there's cream in the chocolate, there's cream, double cream, and there's a chocolate, you really want to, obviously you're going to boil the cream, so you're taking a lot of the, some of the risk away, and you're adding the chocolate, which is like a sugar, so it's like a preservative, so it preserves the ganache. But you really want to keep the ganache refrigerated at all times where possible. So once you've made the ganache and you've finished using it, generally what we try and do is just get a giant food bag, or you can use cling film if you've not got the large food bags, and you just want to pop the food bag over the top, like so, and then just try and get the air out as much as you can, and then just tie a knot on the end, and then that's you've got your ganache secured. Always put a label on the side, so if I made the cake today, put today's date on the side, just so I know when it was made, and obviously so you're keeping your shelf life good for that. So on to shelf life. So once you've got your cakes wrapped, blah, 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 and you've got the label on it, how long should the ganache last? Now, I bought a book years ago, and I always tell us to students to try and find out the shelf life of ganache. And I sure talk about it in one of the tutorials. But since then, you know, a few things have happened, and I think the best way, I don't think it is the best way, is everyone's chocolate's going to be different, everyone's cream's going to be different, everyone's house is going to be different, temperatures, etc. So the best way to find out your shelf life of your cake is of the ganache, is a freshly made ganache that's not been used. The only way to do the shelf life test is to test it every day. So don't even take it out of the fridge, just every day in the fridge, a little teaspoon, close it back over again, taste it, and just keep watching it until it goes off. And it's the only way you're going to find out how long the shelf life of freshly made ganache in the fridge that's not been used. Then the second thing you're really going to have to do is when you're using ganache, is bring the ganache out of the fridge, scoop it out into the bowl, put this one back in again, and then see how long the one that's been out in and out the fridge lasts. Again, I know it's a bit of a pain, but the only way to find out the shelf life properly for your ganache. And then the third one for the shelf life is a cake that's been ganached. So once the cake's been ganached, how long is that going to last on the shelf before it goes off? And again, it depends where you are in the world, okay? If you live in a really cold country, like the sort of northern hemisphere, if it's going to be cold outside all the time, pretty much, then your cake's going to last longer on the shelf. So again, the best way to do it is just ganache a slice of cake, keep it in a box or airtight container, and every day you need to slice a little piece off and either have a look and then have a taste and see how long it lasts. And you know when ganache is off because it tastes disgusting when it goes off, because I've tried it before when it's off. And you can tell anyway by the colour of it. And that's the best way to work out your shelf life. If you go to a microbiologist and ask them to do tests on ganache, it's pretty much exactly what they do. And the reason why I know that is we used to hire a microbiologist who did the baking for us, believe it or not. And she said that's how they do it in the lab. They put one little sample trays in the fridge, and each day they just look at the ganache or the product and look at the shelf life. So it's hard work coming to eat all that ganache, I know, but you've got to do it, and it's the only way to find out your shelf life. And you'll find that the milk, the dark and the white chocolate will all have different long shelf lives, but it's the best way. And it keeps you safe as well. So when you're putting the use by date on a cake, you know exactly that once the ganache cake's been, once the cake's been ganached, you've got 2 days to use it, 4 days to use it, 5 days to use it, and it just keeps you safe for anything that comes back if anyone has a problem with a cake. Okay, so hopefully that's been helpful. Don't be scared of the ganache. Obviously it has got the cream in it. You're just trying to keep it in the cool as much as possible. I know in warm countries you've not got that luxury, so with your cakes you really just want to ganache ice and get it out the door as quickly as possible. In the colder countries then we've got a bit more free time to play about with the ganache. So anyway, so hopefully that's been helpful, and all the best.